Megacast TV, your channel of choice. Please like, share, and subscribe.
Right, let's crack on. Here we go. Hello, it's only me, and welcome to another edition of Megacast. My name's Jake, and I'm joined in the studio, as always, by my co-host extraordinaire, the wonderful Trace. Hello, Trace. How are you?
I'm good, Jake. How the devil are you? Have you had a good week?
I've had a fabulous week, thank you. The weather's been quite nice for a change.
What you been up to? Any mischief?
Oh, nothing exciting. You know, I think everybody's life has changed since lockdown, hasn't it? Everybody's like still stuck in the old lockdown ways. Well, I certainly am anyway.
Yes, I do agree. I've been out gardening. I've been using them muscles and getting out there in the garden, which is great for me with being a recluse because it's a way of healing, isn't it? Getting back to nature. It has such great healing properties. That's
fabulous. You've just been showing me the photos, haven't you? So it looks really good.
Yeah, I'm well proud of myself getting out there because it's a big garden. It is a big garden.
Well, if you saw our Bean Boozled video, you will know that my lovely pen pal from Toledo, which is in Ohio in the United States, sends me those Bean Boozled items over. And she also sent me some other stuff, which I've had to forward some of it on to Tracy so she could try it. And the idea of tonight is that we get to try these lovely candies, as the Americans call them, live on air. And we are joined by my pen pal, the lovely Beth. Good evening, Beth. How are you?
Hello, everyone. I'm doing well.
It's so good to see you and talk to you at last.
I know. I think this is the first time we've actually talked together in person.
Yes.
Well, not in person, but over the video.
Yes, I think it is. Are you understanding our accents okay?
Yes, only because I've been watching Corey for years, but you do have very, I think Trace has a very thick accent.
Beth is a huge Coronation Street fan like me.
Oh, fabulous. Oh, so that's something. So how long have you guys been corresponding? How long have you been writing to each other?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know. October last year, something like that, maybe?
Oh, I think it was only... Yeah, I think you're right.
So what made you go into the pen pal side, Beth? What were you looking for from a pen pal?
Well, honestly, I have a couple other pen pals, but I love all things England. Traced my roots back to the 1500s and found out I do have ancestors back there, and I feel like that explains my love for England. So I think that all the British people I've ever met are just so lovely and so warm, and I think they make the best pen pals.
Oh, and have you ever been to England yourself?
No, that is the last thing on my bucket list. That's the last thing I have to do.
Something you must do, definitely. And I've told her she can bunk here. It's not a problem.
And here, yeah, she can come to Lincoln. We have loads of history here as well. You're very welcome.
Lincoln is a very beautiful city and has a lot of Roman history, doesn't it, Trace?
Yes. Our cathedral is I think it's the second biggest in Europe because it's a Gothic cathedral, so it's very beautiful.
Did you get one of my postcards from Lincoln, Beth?
Did.
Yes, I sent her a postcard of the castle.
And some of the cathedral was actually in one of the movies with Tom Hanks. What was it called, Jake? Where they filmed from the cathedral for trying to think what the film was called. Tom Hanks doing that. I can't think.
Was it the movie that was supposed to take place over in like Italy?
Don't know whether but it was to do with the Doomsday, wasn't it? And the Doomsday.
Oh.
The Doomsday. No, or was it the Declaration of Independence?
I don't know.
Oh well, we'll move on then because I can't remember it. My mind's gone blank. If I remember, I'll come back to it. But he filmed there. He did all the filming there. The Americans came over and filmed there. Okay,
that's marvelous. Yes, it's a very very cultural city as old Lincoln. Right, so we've got some sweeties, haven't we?
We have got some sweeties.
And candies, as the Americans.
Candy, yeah.
So do you eat these sweeties, Beth? Are these some of the ones you would eat?
Yes. So over here we'll say if we want something, oh, I have a sweet tooth, right? Like I want a sweet after dinner or something, but I say all my teeth are sweet teeth. I love candy. I love candy.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got, first of all, the Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah, I don't know about theirs. I think Beth set me up to fail here because I don't do sour. So if this is really sour, we're going to be in trouble.
This says sour then sweet, and I'm
I'm hoping I can get through the sour for the sweet, but we will see.
I'm so gutted because I forgot to include a taffy in Tracy's envelope.
It's all right. So good.
So these are
Yeah.
sold, they're very popular. They're even sold when we go to the movie theater. It's sold in a big box about this size.
Wow. And they smell
People
amazing.
Just eat them in the dark. Yeah, they're great.
It's all right the first couple of chews, and then it hits you.
Oh my word, that's making my mouth. You've got runny eyes.
I've got runny eyes anyway. Oh wow.
Look at her laughing. I'm sure she sets us up, you know. Oh, they're very nice.
So once the sour wears off, then it's a sweet, chewy candy.
It's very nice. I'm liking them. I think they're lovely in summer because they have that kind of sharp, sweet taste. They refresh your mouth.
Now, do you have a lot of sour candies there in England?
No, not really, do we?
Oh.
I don't know. There's. Do you remember those little cherries with the sugar on and stuff like that? Isn't there?
There is the Haribo Tang Fastic mix,
Plastics, yeah,
but I think that's about it, really.
yeah. It is.
But I love the sense that these are sour and then sweet. I can tolerate that. Whereas the others they're just sour the whole way through. And I say to the boys, my kids, they're 30 odd. Don't give me them because I don't like.
She said to me tonight, she said, I hope it's not sour because it hurts the back of my ears, gives me pain.
Aw.
Yeah, because the sour brings up the saliva glands in the back of your ears. It makes my ears hurt.
Yeah.
Right, well, I'm going to try this taffy without you, Trace.
That's all right, Jake. You feel free, darling.
I don't know what this will be like. It says it's cherry flavour.
Oh, that was beautiful.
I think everything I have is cherry. Oh, it's not at all what I expected.
Okay, so show me because I can't see. And I'm sure Beth knows what she said. But...
It's like a little.
Oh wow!
Do you know what? I think everything in America, because we use a lot of natural flavourings in the UK, whereas I think in America, it's not the case.
What do you mean?
No. All of our candy is pretty much artificially flavored.
Really? Oh wow!
Yeah.
No, we use a lot of natural fruits, don't we, in ours? But I don't know whether your chocolate's going to be the same as Australia because my son's just moved out to New Zealand. He's just emigrated all on his own, bless him, following his dream, going out there. And he said, Mum, I really miss the chocolate because our chocolate is really sweet. But in Australia and New Zealand, they have to add an additive to stop it from melting. So it makes the chocolate very tart. It's not as sweet. Do you guys have the same? Do you add that chemical?
No, I don't believe so. I have had one of the Cadbury chocolate bars from another pen pal, and your chocolate is way better than our chocolate. It's so much sweeter. And Cadbury, we only get Cadbury chocolate really at like Easter time. It's a big deal, and it's such a better quality chocolate.
Well, I was expecting that to be almost toffee-like, and it wasn't at all. It's very much like our let me think. Like our maybe our fruit salads, but not when they're hard. You know, like when they're soft.
All right, yeah.
Yeah. Because you open it up and you expect it. It felt hard in the packet, but it wasn't actually that
When
hard.
you put it in.
Yeah, it's almost like when the saliva in your mouth starts chewing on it, it just kind of gets real soft.
Yeah. It was good. It was very artificial. I was aware, as I said, that
It's a shame they don't put the fruits in because you'd think they would, wouldn't you?
I know. No, not like us Brits.
Right. Are we going to try these bad boys?
Right, these are airheads. Tracy,
Before you do, I was going to say the reason why they're called Laffy Taffy is because on the side of the package there's always a joke.
oh,
We like jokes.
now you're going to make me read, aren't you?
Yes.
If you didn't rip it open at the joke part, you can read the joke.
Is it inside?
Yeah.
It should be on the outside of the Laffy Taffy. Maybe you got to lip up the flap, maybe to see.
Oh, you mean the taffy, not the airhead.
Oh, is it there? Is it the taffy you just had then? Not this one.
Beth, is it the taffy or the airheads?
The Laffy Taffy.
Okay. I can't see very well without my glasses. I'm rubbish at reading.
You look good with your glasses, so stop it. Just get on with it.
They're a dashing.
I can't read it.
It's tiny, tiny, tiny print.
You can't even read it with your glasses.
Can't even read it with my glasses on.
Oh, well. Okay. That will be another day then. We will get a magnifying glass and write it down, and we will do it on the next one.
Yes. I actually think I have a magnifying glass. I have no idea what it is. Right, airheads.
Oh, these look
Basically, that's the
amazing.
melon flavour, the watermelon flavour. So
Yeah, watermelon's my favourite. I love watermelon. Anything with watermelon.
I'm gonna have to send her some of our stuff. Well, she is getting. I've got a parcel ready, so it is just gonna.
Oh, that's lovely. Yeah, I guess for me it's not too hard because I lived in Australia for 9 years. Their kind of candy is very much like American candy anyway, so I'm kind of used to it.
Oh,
That's nice.
Mm.
It's much nicer than the Laffy Taffy.
Really?
Mm.
Mm.
But it's the same sort of texture as the Laffy Taffy.
It's lovely. It really is nice. Now, these would be what I'd be taking to the pictures. So what job do you do, Bev? What do you do? What's your career?
I'm a mental health therapist.
Oh, wow. Definitely got a handful with us too then, Jake.
Hey, you said it, not me.
I have bipolar and panic attack disorder as well as being a recluse. And Jake will tell you if he wishes what he has.
I don't know if we've ever discussed it, but I'll let her know in a letter maybe.
That's fine.
It's one of those things, you know. Anyway, moving on.
So was you in the military?
Yes, I was. I did almost 10 years in the Army.
Oh, wow. So what did you do in the Army? Was it just a grunt or were you higher up or?
No, just kind of a low man on the totem pole. But before my contract was up, my goal was to become a drill sergeant, or maybe what you call like a drill instructor.
Oh my word. Did you do it?
Yeah. I went to the school and I got hurt in the school. And
no.
I was only like the first week in and I dislocated my shoulder. The top of my shoulder was hanging down here.
Oh no.
And so I have a bunch of screws and pins in here holding it back in place.
Wow.
That must be awkward when you go to an airport.
Yes. Yes.
My stepdad has the same problem because he has a metal hip. So, yes. Right. I'm going to try the sour. No, we'll leave that to the end because it's actually gum, isn't it?
Ooh, I'm going to warn you. Those are pretty sour. Those are pretty intense.
Okay. In fact, I'll tell you what, while Tracy's chewing on her, sucking on her Jolly Rancher, there's a sentence I never thought I'd say. I'll try the sour gummy things.
You are naughty, the Nilton.
But I'm ever so naughty, aren't I?
Yes, you are. Very mischievous. So have you got children, Beth?
I do. I have a son and a daughter. They both have birthdays in September, so coming up here. My son's going to be a teenager, 13.
Wow. Wow. And he's the oldest of the two?
He is. And then my daughter, she's going to be 9.
Oh, wow. That's lovely ages, but it's ages where they keep your hands full and you on your toes.
Definitely.
Yeah, I brought up 7 children, and my youngest now, like I said, moved out to New Zealand. He's 32, and my oldest is 45.
Wow.
So quite a good.
You don't look old enough to have kids that old.
No, some of them were my stepchildren, and
Okay.
one we adopted. So I have 4 stepchildren, one I adopted, and then my 2 boys.
Aw, lovely.
Well, that was quite sour to start with.
Sorry.
But once you get over the sourness, it's not too bad.
Now, talking about gum, everyone chews gum here. Gum is very popular. Do you guys just chew gum? Bubble gum.
Yeah. We have the Hubba Bubba and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
A lot of the mainstream flavors are like mint, aren't they? You know, like Wrigley's or Extra or something. Do you get Extra? Wrigley's Extra over there?
Yes. Yes. Very popular.
I used to like the juicy fruit, was it one? The yellow? That used to be my fave.
That's
very good, but the flavor only lasts like a minute and then it's gone.
Yeah, that is the downside.
This tastes a bit like juicy fruit once you've got through the sourness.
You get the big red chewing gum there, because the big red was nice as well.
They don't sell that too much anymore. Once in a while you can find it, but that's a good one.
I'll have to send you
have that in Australia.
I'll have to send you some Anglo bubbly.
What is it?
Anglo bubbly. Yes, you will, because that's retro, sweetie.
Yes.
Oh.
Very nice. This is good. I'm going to take it out so that I can suck my Jolly Rancher.
So what flavour one have you got, Jake? I've got the watermelon one. Yeah.
You're asking me to read now, aren't you?
And thank you very much, Beth, for this lovely surprise. It was really nice of you to include me. I was very touched. I was very touched. I said to Jake, what a lovely lady.
I have green apple.
Sorry?
I have green apple.
Oh, that'll be amazing, that will.
It could come across a little sour at first, but then I think you'll like it, the sour apple or green apple.
We do get Jolly Ranchers over here.
Oh, okay.
But they're not quite as big as this.
I was going to say, I've not seen them.
They're sort of brick-shaped, if that makes sense.
You
know, like Pez?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I knew you guys have Pez. We have Pez too.
We have Pez.
No, I'm not so keen on this.
Are you not?
No. I like the other one, but this was more chemically.
Yeah, it is.
See, we're so spoiled, aren't we? Because we have real fruit juices in it. You expect the real fruit juices, don't you, when it's not there?
Have I not sent you some of our stuff, Beth?
No.
We'll have to get together and send her some.
We will.
You'll have to give me her address so that I can send some and you can send some, and then she can come back and tell us what she thinks. Because I'm going to send a Galaxy. I love my Galaxy chocolates.
The international mail is so expensive.
Doesn't matter. We can still do it. Only here once. We come into this world with nothing and we go out with nothing. So
very true. Very true.
We can't help a friend now and again.
It gets better as it goes on, I think.
I think I'd have rather had your flavour, because my flavour's now.
Is it not nice?
No. I don't like it at all.
Maybe it's because you have a more refined palate due to the natural fruit that you guys have.
Maybe.
That's nice. I enjoyed that.
So how long are you staying at Dad's for, Beth?
I leave on Sunday, so just a couple days.
So how far have you got to travel from Dad's house?
I'm sorry.
How far have you got to travel from Dad's house to your house?
It's a 12-hour car ride.
Okay.
Oh, wow. So do you stop somewhere, obviously, overnight, like find a little motel on the road or?
I don't, if I'm going solo and I don't have my kids, I just try and just hurry up and get through.
Wow.
We were talking about this because I have a group for my pen pals, and we were talking about this the other day in my group. How if you went from Land's End to Penzance, from John O'Groats to Penzance, it's actually a 14-hour, 20-minute drive.
Right.
And the Americans would think nothing of it.
Yeah.
But us Brits would be like, 14 hours?
We've got to have a rest after 3.
Yeah.
Got to have a pit stop. But my dad did the same in Australia. We went from Perth, because that's where we lived, in Perth, which is the most isolated city in the world. So we went from Perth, Western Australia, all the way up to Mount Ewan. And that was a 17-hour drive. And my dad did that solo with us kids. We got to cross the Tropic of Capricorn by going through.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Hmm.
This trip I did fly though, but because we are open, we're not restricted flying anymore.
Right.
Oh,
so
wow.
you're flying back, Beth?
What's that?
Are you flying back?
Yes, I'm gonna fly back on Sunday. Yes.
So
We
how
have to
long-
wear
how-
masks.
How long is the flight?
Well, I have a layover, unfortunately, but it's only a 3-hour flight.
Wow. So that does make a difference. And how's COVID your way?
Well, the news is telling us that the Delta variant's coming back. And so just as we were getting ready to start school next week, our kiddos start to back to school, they have to go back in masks now because the ones who are in elementary school who haven't been vaccinated yet, the principals are saying that they have to wear masks.
Wow. Wow.
You know,
Yeah, it's looking everybody's life up, isn't it? Across the globe. Because I mean, Australia thought they were doing really well, and now they are struggling with the Delta variant.
our
Yeah.
school kids don't have to wear masks until they reach college.
Oh,
So your way out, are you one of these that believe in the injection, or are you against the injection?
I believe in it because I think, the numbers that we had in America and all the news that we saw and everything, I believe in it because our numbers dropped. And I think it's because, mass amount of people have gotten vaccinated. And there recently was a very big concert called, we call it Lala or Lollapalooza. And somebody took a drone and took an aerial picture of it. And there were so many people, they looked like ants.
Right.
And I thought, oh no, here we go. We're going to have a huge resurgence. But they would only let people in who had shown their vaccination card.
Okay.
And there was no resurgence after that. So to me, that's, proof
That's
that
proof. Yeah.
vaccinations are working.
So
Yeah.
have you had yours? Are you going for yours?
Yes, I've gotten mine.
Yeah. We have as well, haven't we, Jake?
We've
We've
run
had
out. Yes, we're very not. What's the opposite of anti-vax?
No.
Pro-vax. Yes.
Correct.
Well, Beth, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for this evening. It's been lovely, and to finally meet you and talk to you on camera too.
I know it has been so exciting just to hear your voice and just to really, connect with you other than on paper. So I appreciate you reaching out to me and giving me this opportunity.
I was a
We
bit worried.
appreciate you coming.
I was a bit worried because I know you're not very technical.
I was a bit worried too, but I got it. Thanks. You always make it so easy for me. I appreciate that.
Well, thank you very much, Beth, for your lovely time this evening. It's been absolutely wonderful to have you here, I will say. And Tracy's going to say her goodbyes, aren't you, Trace?
I am indeed. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, Beth, for all the sweeties and thinking about me. And thank you for your time and energy tonight. And don't forget to give a big hug to your dad from us and a big hug to you. Thank you. And
Yeah.
so from me, be bold, be beautiful, and always be unique.
Now, I have got a little surprise for Tracy because I have sent her something in the post which is arriving tomorrow. They are the Carolina Reaper chili, and the Ghost chili. They are arriving tomorrow at Tracy's house. I've also ordered, and this will be later on in the week, the Bean Boozled chili game.
So I'm guessing we're going to be doing that soon.
Lee is really worried about the chilies, though. He said, "You're not going to eat them all, are you? They'll make you really poorly." I said, "No, we've already said just as much as we want to eat is absolutely fine."
So that would be none then. No,
Anyway,
I'm up for anything. I'll give it a go. I'll
okay.
just have to make sure I've got a pot of yogurt or a bit of milk at the side.
Yeah, definitely. Do you want to say your goodbyes, Beth?
Bye, everyone.
Thanks for joining us, Beth. I'm going now. Bye. So,
Have you got a shower one as well, like me?
yes, I have.
We'll do that one first.
Mine's yellow, though.
Oh, I got the snotty green one. I see how it is. I don't know if it says if it's flavour or if it's just. I don't know, but we'll do that one first.
Okay.
You're going to see some well funny faces because I don't do shower. It really, like you get saliva at the back of your jaw here, and it really hurts my jaw. It like makes it tingle and hurt when I do shower things. So it makes me pull a face because it's a pain in my ears.
Oh, that's good.
What? Because I have pain in my ears and pull a funny face.
Yeah.
Did you watch the Bean Boozled video, Beth?
I did, and I actually made my kids watch it too. I was laughing so hard I was crying.
It was dreadful. We are never eating them again. Just so that you know, send us something new and exciting, and we'll try it. We'll always have a go.
Right, let's crack on. Here we go. Hello, it's only me, and welcome to another edition of Megacast. My name's Jake, and I'm joined in the studio, as always, by my co-host extraordinaire, the wonderful Trace. Hello, Trace, how are you?
Megacast TV, your channel of choice. Please like, share, and subscribe.